And if you remember, during any collision, the total momentum is conserved. The total momentum is conserved. Regularly, we will use these formula: M1 U1 plus M2 U2 equals M1 V1 plus M2 what? V2. The other important formula for the impulse, okay? MV, yes, minus MU. These are formulas that will be used in this section. Look to question 11. Look to question 11. 3H. Question what? 11. This is page 73. Page what? 73. Look to this question. Actually, two particles P and Q of mass 3 kilograms, right? Of mass 3 kilograms respectively are moving towards each other this way. The particles collide. After the collision, both particles are moving in the same direction. After the collision, both particles are moving in the same direction. With the speed, this is after. This is what? After. This is what? Before. After, M1 is 3 kilograms, right? M2 is 2 kilograms. After the collision, they move at the same speed, in the same direction. With P,
1 meter per second.
yes, 1 meter per second, and Q, 1.5 meters per second. The magnitude of the impulse of P on Q, of P, listen to this. Magnitude of impulse on P by what? Q, yani QP.
لا, of P on Q.
Of P on Q, of P on Q. Yes, okay. No matter, basically, the difference, the sign, right, is 9 Newton second. Actually, it's not mentioned, even if they are moving towards each other or not. I don't know anything about these things. It's not mentioned. We are asked to find speed of the particles, right? The speed of the particle before, for Q and P. For Q and P. Yani we need U1, right? And what? U2. Okay? What we are given? The impulse. Pay attention here. First of all, let's determine this as a positive direction. Okay, always in these type of questions we have to use what? We have to determine the positive direction. Please pay attention, don't copy anything, just pay attention please. I will give you time to complete copying. Pay attention please. Because an impulse is exerted during the collision. So I have to draw what? During the collision. Hey, yeah, something simple like this. This is P and this is what? Q. Why? Because this will show us the direction of impulse, right? Will show us the direction of impulse. This one, here, it's the impulse of what? P on Q. And this direction, the impulse of what? Q on P. I have to draw this. Because if I did not do this, I will not know if the impulse is positive or negative. I have to substitute it. I have to substitute the impulse either positive or negative based on what? On my positive direction. Okay, on my positive direction. Okay, so let's start with P. Okay, let's start with what? P. For P, look here please. Impulse Q P equals M P V P minus M P U P. Be careful. I'm using this because you have to know impulse is used for single particle, not for for the system. Hi, again, Q on P, MP Vp minus MQ UP, mass for P UP. This I have to use the impulse because I have given what? The impulse, right? I have given what? An impulse. I need what? U. I need U. Look here, please. هلا نشوف. Look here please. هلا IQP is equivalent as a magnitude to what? IPQ. The only difference is what? Negative. شوفوا هون شو راح يحط I. -9. ليش -9? Because the impulse QP were in the opposite direction of my positive direction. Clear?
Yes.
This is why we have to draw actually. Because if I substitute here 9, it will be wrong.
بس إذا حطيت بي كيو راح تطلع صح.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, they will collide, صح? P with Q, they will collide. Q will exert impulse on P in this way, صح? و P will exert impulse on Q where? This way. Clear?
أستاذ أنا عملتها 9 مو نيجاتيف 9 طلع صح answer بس أنا عملت I P Q مش I P.
Okay, now we have to find it also for P. -9, the mass for P, what? 3. V of P, 1 positive, right? 1 yeah, positive. -3, what? U. Clear? Now -9 equals 3 minus 3U, -3 minus 3, -12 equals -3U, so U equals what? 4 meters per second. What does this mean? And U actually was moving where? With positive direction, right? And no, P, sorry, was moving where? In the positive direction, yes?
I didn't understand the negative sign.
Okay, and after drawing this, it's very clear. IQP is what? -9 Newton second. Why? Because it's in the opposite direction. IPQ, +9. Okay? What I want to find, QP, why QP, in order to find what the speed of P immediately before. Speed of P immediately what? Before. Clear? Okay. Now by the same way I can find what? Q. Now I, PQ equals MQ VQ minus MQ UQ.
هلا هون ما مش negative.
Here it's not negative, right? I, PQ is not negative. Here it becomes what? 9. Mass of Q 2. V positive 1.5 minus 2. U of Q unknown, U2. This is what? U2. This is U1, right? This is what? U1. Clear? By the same way, 3 minus 3, right?
12 over 2.
Minus 3.
تطلع 6.
6, right?
تطلع
Minus 2, U2, right? Minus 2, U2 equals what? -3 meters per second. Be careful, minus does not mean what? Value. It means only direction. What does this mean? No, actually U was moving where? This way.
Negative.
In negative direction. As a speed, what is the final answer? 3.
The opposite direction.
Yeah. Clear?
Yes.
Any question?
No.
Yeah, copy this. This is A and B, right? This is A and B. Right guys, listen please. Listen. Two particles. خليكم معي شوي please. P and Q. P and what? Q. P, KM. Sorry, PM, Q what? KM, right? Respectively are moving towards each other. Guys, pay attention. These are moving towards each other. On a smooth horizontal surface. The particles collide before the collision. The speeds of P, 3U, with Q what? U, respectively. After the collision, the direction of both particles are, okay, the direction of both particles is reversed. And the speed of each particle is half. يعني هاي شو تصير 3U over 2
بس negative.
وهي yes exactly U over 2. Okay guys? This is the information given. We are asked to find K and the impulse. Okay, look here guys, look to the signs. Pay attention please. U1 positive, right? U2 negative U, right? U2 is what? Negative. Look, U1 positive 3U, U2 negative U. Why? Because it's in the opposite direction. Here, V1 negative 3U over 2. Here, V2 U over 2. Okay? So all the information given, I can use this equation to find K. Because I have information given about M1 U1, M2 U2, M1 V1, M2 what? V2. I have all the information given needed to this equation. But you have to be very aware about the sign. M1 what? M times 3U plus KMU times minus U. KM minus times minus U equal M1 M minus 3U over 2 plus KM minus, U over 2. Excellent. This way. Okay? In order to find K, I have to rearrange this equation. 3MU plus or minus KMU equals minus 3MU over 2 plus what? KMU over 2. Okay, fine. I have to make K subject to formula. Move K here, move this here. صح? Right? ايش بصير عندنا هون؟ 3MU plus 3MU over 2 equals KMU plus what? KMU over -2. Guys, can I cancel out MU? Yes, because it's in all terms.
لازم يكون على two sides عشان أعمل cancellation.
In all terms, مش بس in both sides. Left hand, look here. MU in this term, in this term, in this term, in this term. Yes. So eventually, what we will have 3 plus 3 over 2. قديش بيعطيني؟ 7 over 2.
Final answer.
3 plus 3 over 2.
3 plus 9 over 2.
9 over 2. This side we will have what? 9 over 2. This side 3 over 2. K. Right? Yes, and then we can cancel 2. K equals 3, صح? K equals what? 3. B, what we are asked to find? Impulse, right?
By P to Q.
Yes, impulse by P on Q. Impulse by P on Q. So, and if I find it Q on P, no matter, guys, right? Because they are equivalent. They are what? Equivalent. Yeah, if I find PQ or QP, it will be the same. Because they are equivalent. Only the sign changes. Here, MQVQ minus what? MQVUQ. Hi. MQVQ minus MQUQ, right? So this would be 3M. Instead of K, I have to use what? 3. 3M. VQ U over 2. Minus 3M negative U. Right? Hi.
1.5 minus 3MU.
بيطلع 1.5 MU minus plus 3MU, right? 4.5 MU Newton seconds. This is the impulse. This is what? The impulse. Clear? Okay, guys. Yes. Type. Look at this question. Here a ball of mass 0.2 kilograms is dropped from where? From height 2.5 meters above the ground. Okay? 3G. Question 3. Page 68. It's dropped from height what?
2.5 meters.
Yes. This height is 2.5 what? Meters above the horizontal ground. After the hitting the ground, it rises to
1.8.
okay, 3 bounds to height what? 1.8. Find the magnitude of the impulse received by the ball from the ground. Impulse received by the ball from where? From the ground. يعني احنا we need an impulse for what? Yes, ground. Pay attention. Ground where on? Ball. Which is M B V B minus M B U B. Here in this question, guys, listen. We have to concern about the definition of V and U. Listen. V, it's the velocity immediately before collision. V, sorry, after. But I mean no immediately before, after the collision. U, it's the speed immediately before. Okay, immediately before. Here, what is the initial speed here? Zero. Right? Where is V that we want? High on. High V, the speed, listen, guys, listen to me please. The speed that the ball rebounds with, okay, this is what? This is the speed immediately after the collision, or after the impact. Yes, يعني هون هاي شو راح تكون هاي؟ It will be ايش؟ V ايش؟ B, right? This is the speed immediately after the collision. Where is the speed immediately before? This will be what? UB. أيوة ما هذا بقول فيه. The U that is used in the equations of motion is different than the U that is used where in the momentum. بالmomentum, listen, it's an important point. U is the speed immediately before the collision. Where?
Oh, okay.
Here. Right? Hon. This is the speed immediately what? After. In order to find the impulse, I have to find U and I have to find what? V. Clear? Any question about this? How can I find UP? Yes, I have to use equations of motion, صح? To find UB, تقول والله معي شوي please. U square, U0. S negative 2.5 meters, A minus 9.8 meters per second square, and we need what? We need V. Be careful, guys.
free fall.
Free fall. The V high, it's not a V, this one. هي U. Exactly. The V that we will find here, هي exactly ايش? The speed immediately before ايش? Collision. تبع كلمة immediately, تمام? So this V square equals U square plus 2AS. V square equals U0 2 minus 9.8 times S 2.5. V equals 7. Why did they write it negative? Down. Clear? This would be what? The speed?
Before.
Immediately what? Before the impact. Clear? Any question about this? How can I find the speed after the impact? Immediately after? Same thing. To find VB طلع معي هون. احنا we need U now. صح؟ V كم؟ 0. A negative 9.8 meters per second
S 1.8
square و S 1.8.
V squared equals
Yes, similarly, excellent. V squared equals U squared plus 2AS. V squared 0. U squared, we need to find it, or we have to find it. 2. Girls, please stop talking. Times 1.8.
بس ليه حطينا الاكسلريشن نيجاتيف هون بيطلع لفوق.
Even if free fall always it's negative, right? U equals. What is the value of U?
plus 5.
قد طلع مع 35.2.
And the square root?
لا.
Yeah. 5.94
5.94. Yeah, that's.
meters per second. This is what? This is the speed immediately what? After. This is the speed immediately after the impact. Now we can use formula of the impulse. I equals mass 0.2, right? 0.2 times the speed immediately after 5.94 minus 0.2 times the speed immediately what? Before negative 7. Okay, so the impulse equals?
أستاذ ما في impulse على الجراوند صح؟
Definitely there is.
طب ما في velocity للجراوند before now.
ضروري يكون both.
No.
It could be one of them could be stationary.
Stationary, before and after.
ضروري يكون speed يعني.
Okay, before and after. Actually, if you remember, I gave you this
So
question with
2.9.
AS. When we found إنه في speed لل yes.
2.59.
It's actually like speed 10 to the power minus 18, which is a
It's like it vibrates.
yes.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, the dish هتطلع 2.59 newtons second. Okay, fine. Any question about this?
من أستاذ question 2
June,
January.
January 2006.
عندنا 2.51.
Okay. January. January 2006, right? Question 2. Water impulse, right? Okay. Hillary, please.
Two particles.
No. Two particles A and B of mass 3 and 2 kilograms respectively are moving in the same direction on a smooth horizontal table. Moving in the same direction. Yani before they were moving in the same direction. When they collide directly, immediately before the collisions, the speed of A 4 meters per second, the speed of B 1.5 meters per second. In the collision of particles join together to form a single particle C. This is before. This is what? After they join together, whatever they form, for example, C. Find the common immediately speed after what? The collision. Actually here, what we have to do, we have to use equation for momentum, conservation of momentum. M1 U1 plus M2 U2 equals M1 plus M2 times V. Do you know why did I write it like this? Look here, guys. I wrote it like this, M1 plus M2 times V, because both of them now become, yes, both particles, right, become what? One particle. This is called common velocity. This is called what? Common velocity, because they will move now at this velocity. Yes?
Ustaz, isn't the rule in a total momentum before equals the total momentum?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. What is the momentum here? If we took this as a positive direction, It's easy now. M1 3, I think. M1 3 kilograms. M2 2. These are given. Okay. M1 3 times 4 plus 2 times 1.5. Both of them positive because they are in the positive direction. Equals M1 3 plus 2 times V. V equals 3 meters per second, right? 3 meters per second. What does this mean? This means that after the collision, okay, 3, is it 3? 3 times 4, 12. Yeah, 3, exactly, 3. Yes. Now, next B, 2 particles, P and Q, mass 3 kilograms. They are moving, okay. Any question about the B, part B? Guys, any question about part B? Yes. No matter, you may consider it in positive direction in different positive direction. Yeah. Okay, guys, any question? Type. Next, 2007. Please check. January 7. Yes, but then I don't like it. Then you will not consider it negative. Actually, guys, pay attention, please. Mark scheme, you have to understand this very well. Mark scheme is not for students, right? Actually, for what? For teachers or for examiners. فهم teachers فده بيحطوا فيها حتى إذا بتشوفوا recently صار يحطوا details for the students. And if you did this, you will get this. If you did this, you will get this. Okay? The previous or the old past papers only يعني خلينا نقول هيك let's say short cut أو مثلا summary for the answer. لأنه teacher he has يعني no يعني حتى لو student مثلا wrote something different but it's right, the teacher should know this. Okay? فهي just a guide, just ايش a guide. هم بيحلوا بطريقة مختصرة يعني بيستخدموا رول مختصرة يعني كثير. Okay? Fine? اتفقنا؟ Any question about this? طيب. Jan 2007. And then Jan 2007, particle P of mass 0.3 kilograms. This is M1. P is moving with speed U, okay, in a straight line with smooth horizontal taper. The particle P collides directly with particle Q, okay, another particle Q of mass 0.6, يعني M2, 0.6 what? Kilograms, which is at rest. يعني U, this is U1, this is U2, which is what? 0. U2 is 0. Immediately after the particles collide, P has speed 2 meters per second and Q has speed what? 5. The direction of motion of P is reversed after the collision. Yani this particle now is moving where? In the opposite direction with the speed what? 2 meters per second. And Q moving with the speed 5. Yeah. After the collision. This is before, this is what? After. This is before and this is after. Okay, we need value of U and the impulse, right? We need the value of U and the impulse, yes? Definitely, yes. And if we consider this as a positive direction, okay? This is positive. This is what? Negative. This is what? Positive. Okay.
Says negative.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay, guys. Here negative. Why it's negative? Because I consider this direction as what? Positive. If I consider this direction positive, Jasmine. If I consider this direction as positive, this one should be substituted positive, this one should be substituted as negative. Yes. Excellent, it's a good question. Basically, Q was at rest. After the collision, what do you expect? Definitely we'll move in this way. Right? Clear? Q was at rest, actually. Q was at rest, right? If something collides with the Q, can this particle move with that?
No.
Actually, impulse is exerted where?
Can
In
you
the other
move the
direction.
direction of the other particle?
This is only for if the object is moving if the object is at rest.
It moves with the direction
Yes,
of the other.
yes,
That's
yes.
because you the direction. So today you negative.
Okay, you can say this. Yes, no matter. But actually, this is what will happen. This is only if the particle is at rest. Particle at rest and other particle is moving towards it, right? خليكم معي هون please, guys. This is at rest. This particle moving towards it. After the collision, would you expect that this particle will move in this direction?
No.
No way. It will move in this direction. Clear? Okay. Now what we are asked to find U. M1 U1 plus M2 U2 equals M1 V1 plus M2 what? V2. M1.3 U1 we need to find it. M2 this is 0 actually, right? Because it was at rest momentum before.
0.3 be minus 2.
0.3 times minus 2 plus 0.6 times 5. So U1 equals 8 meters per second. This is A, I think, so. Part B, if impulse, right? Again, guys, I prefer to do this. Please, in order to check the signs very well, in order to check the signs very well, please draw this. High during the collision. Then the impulse is exerted during the collision. صح? Right? This is P. This is what? Q. This will be impulse what? P on Q. This will be the impulse what?
Q on P.
Q on P. We are asked about the magnitude of the impulse. So if we find P on Q or Q on P, the same, right? Would be the same as the magnitude. As the magnitude would be the same. The formula for the impulse, PQ equals MQ VQ minus MQ UQ. The impulse will be used only for a single particle, right? Mass for a Q 0.6. V of Q 5 minus 0. Actually, because MUQ before was 0. This becomes what? 3 Newton what? Second. Until now, everything is C, which is I think was the missing part. Immediately after the collision, a constant force of magnitude R newtons is applied. Okay? Immediately after the collision, a constant force of magnitude R newtons is applied to Q in the direction opposite to the direction of motion of Q. يعني هي Q, صح? The Q after the collision will move in this way. This is what? The motion. After the collision, there is a force applied in the opposite direction, which is R. Yes, exactly. As a result of Q, as a result of this force, Q is brought to rest in 1.5 seconds. Right?
V is 0.
Yes. What is U now?
Al-final.
5. Exactly. V immediately after the collision will be the initial speed where? Here.
V is 0. T is
Right? U here, it's the speed immediately after the collision. Right? Clear? V brought to rest 0, time 1.5. Now we are asked to find R. In order to find R, I have to use what? F net.
Acceleration.
Yes, equals ma.
I need the acceleration.
To find R, we need F net equals what ma. To find R, we need acceleration. I have to find it from where? Equation. V equals U plus 80. the simplest way. 0, 5 plus A times what? 1.5. So A equals
negative 10 over 3.
negative
10 over 3.
meters per second square. This is A. Now it's easy to substitute here.
Negative R.
Minus R. You know why? Because R is the opposite direction of what? Of motion. Right. Minus R equals MA, right? Minus R equals M is 0.6. A minus 10 over 3.
2.
R equals what? 2 newtons.
أستاذ شفتها على
ماركس كيف خلينا نشوف مثلا
موديل أنسر.
كتبت الماكس.
طالعين الاكسلريشن بوزيتيف.
No matter.
أنا برضه طريقة ثانية.
No matter, no matter.
أستاذ لا على الموديل أنسر.
Actually, look here, please. هم ايش عملوا؟ طلع معي بس هم they consider, guys, pay attention please. They consider motion not in the positive direction, not in this way. In this way. Eventually, sorry. Basically, if I consider, guys, if I consider this is as a positive direction, R becomes positive. With acceleration هو negative, but because it's in the opposite direction, for sure يكون positive. I didn't like this way. This is the best way. Let's answer the question in the way that we learn. Okay?
أستاذ في طريقة إنه عاملين إن M equals force times time.
Listen. Two particles A and B are moving on a smooth horizontal plane. The mass of A is km, where K between what? 2 and 3. Okay? M1 A km B M2, which is what? M. The particles are moving along the same straight line but in the opposite direction. In the opposite what? Direction. They collide. Immediately before they collide, the speed of A is 2u and the speed of B is 4u. As a result of collision, the speed of A is halved, يعني 2u over 2, right? Which is u, okay? And its direction of motion is reversed. Find in terms of K and M the speed of B. The speed of what? B, yes.
When they say they collide directly, does it mean that like instead of going opposite directions, they can
Directly يعني it means in the same direction يعني. لأنه actually
opposite direction.
sorry.
In the opposite direction directly.
Okay, يعني you know what I meant. Here we have to consider conservation of momentum in one direction. Actually momentum is vector. Let me explain for you. They might be this way. Okay, or something like this, for example. This way, look. Actually, this way they will collide, huh? But actually, I will not consider them as momentum in one direction. Because here I have to consider the momentum in two directions. Anyway, what I have to find, the velocity of B. I don't know the direction, anything about B. Yeah, no. What I have to use, M1, U1 plus M2, U2 equals M1, V1 plus M2, V2. This is the conservation of momentum. Again, momentum, the sum of momentum before equals the sum of momentum where? After. Here we have to consider this as usual positive. If we consider this as a positive direction, this is positive, this is what? Negative, and this is negative. This is an important point. This is the positive direction. We have to consider this is as positive, this is negative, and this is as well as negative. Km, substitute now, Km, 2u plus
M
m
minus 4u
minus 4u equals
Km
Km
minus u
minus u
plus
m
M
v2. Look here, I can cancel out m from all the sides, right? M, 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 m. 2k u plus minus, yes, 4u equals what? Minus ku plus v2 plus ku
So V equals 3UK minus 4U.
plus what? Ku.
3KU.
Okay? So v2 equals what? 3ku minus what? 4u.
Factorize.
In terms of k, you can keep it like this, no matter. Okay guys? It's an easy now. B, which is an important part, B. We're asked to determine the direction of what? State and explain.
That's what the direction.
Yes, the direction of motion of B changes as a result of this collision, explaining your answer. Guys, pay attention please.
Direction reverse. It helps me K equals 3, K equals 2.
Yeah, pay attention please. Okay, pay attention. And what is the point here? You know, I have to check if V2 positive or negative. In order to determine the direction, I have to check if V2 positive or what? Negative. Let's check this. Actually, look, K is given between what? 2 and 3. Let me substitute K as 2. K as what? 3. If K equals 2,
2U.
V2 equals
2U.
2. 3 times
6U minus
3 times 2, so u minus what? 4u. Clear? Right? Hey, 2.
2U.
Yes, V2 equals as positive 2u. Clear? I substitute, and I will show you why. Substitute 3 now. K equals 3. V2 equals 3 times 3 u minus what? 4u. 9u, 5u. Both values are positive, right?
الأول كانت negative.
So what does this mean? This means that B will move where? In this direction. How did I know this? Hey, from the substitution. I got 2 positive values. Right? I got what? 2 positive values. What does this mean? V2 between what? Between 2u and what? 5u. So all the values are positive. All the values are positive. What does this mean? The B will move in this direction. Nuha. Go wash your face, please. Any question, guys? Clear? So what does this mean? This means it was moving in the negative direction. Now it's moving where? Positive. So the direction is reversed. Wait, direction is reversed. Why the direction is reversed? Because its velocity was negative, then becomes what? Yes, Mira. Repeat your question. لا, no way. The conservation of momentum will not result. Okay? In 2 different directions. Okay, 2 different directions. Clear? Any question about this? Sure?